That's what we're going to work with today. We have a project, so let's get to it. We're going to be freeze drying, so these are the trays and the lids. We're going to put these aside because we don't need them just yet. The next thing is we have blueberries we just got out of the freezer that we need to defrost. We don't need these just yet. More blueberries. We don't need these just yet either. It's a nice problem to have, but it took a whole entire shelf. This is what we need. Let me get you a better look. This right here. So before you run out and say, oh, I didn't know, I'm going to go buy them, you got to listen to this because we're going to be explaining something. So this is for a salsa screen. This is a pumpkin screen. We're not using this one either. This is a grape spiral. We don't need this one either. This is the whole reason I bought all of these. I mean, I'll explain in a minute. This is a berry screen. It's going to remove the seeds out of all of the berries. So I can make berry powder, blackberry powder in my freeze dryer. I'm so excited. Let's get on. So I have a very old, I bought all of this lady's canning supplies 10 years ago. All of the ladies' canning supplies in 2012. And this came with it. And wouldn't you know it, lo and behold, it was the entire set, but it did not have these. But it was also by a company called Universal. Universal does not exist anymore. Universal, this is like really old. Universal is just like kind of like gone. But Norpro makes the same exact thing. However, Norpro has two models, and it all depends. You can either have a 1951 newer model, or you need the old 1951 older model. I don't know if it was made in 1951 or what. I don't really care. All I know is I found the attachments for this machine. I hope it's this machine. Oh my gosh, I hope it's this machine. And I bought them all because you never know these days. Supply chain issues are real, and I bought them all because I wanted to make sure that I had them when and if I needed them. I mean, like the berry, literally. You've seen the berries I have on this land. You've seen how many berries we have here, right? Where has this been all my life? Let's get going. So I did a lot of research and found out that if you have the Universal, that the old Norpro, it's the berry screen 1953. Berry screen 1953. 1954. This one is 1955 for the grape, and the salsa is 1954 SS Sauce Master salsa screen. Now it comes with the tomato screen. That's right there. See, it comes with the tomato screen, and this comes with it. So I'm going to get this all set up, but first I need to get the berries defrosted, and then we are going to take the seeds out of these, and we're going to lay them on the freeze dryer trays. We're going to pre-freeze them, and then we're going to stick them in the freezer, and we're going to say it all together with me. Blackberry powder! Woo! What are we going to use the blackberry powder for? Oh my gosh, there are so many uses. I have no clue. But I just feel like the need to make blackberry powder. And blackberries are actually very healthy for you. So knowing that blackberries are one of the healthier berries for you, I figured if I make blackberry powder, bonus, and I can also make a whole bunch of stuff with it. Like you could make blackberry powder flavored stuff. Like I want to make pumpkin powder. All of these things I see in the store, pumpkin food things related, they all say they have pumpkin powder with them. Oh, you better bet I'm making pumpkin powder. I don't know how I'm doing it yet. Well, I do know how I'm doing it yet, but I don't have everything with me yet, so stay with me on that one. I also have a lot of really cool recipes that call for pumpkin. I'm going to set this up. Let's get going. Just for the heck of it, I did try looking for a new seal because this guy is like, so that's still on my list. I'm still looking for that. Okay, let's see what we got here. We're getting this thing all set up. Blackberries, it's blackberries, not blueberries, are defrosting. And this, oh, nice. It comes with a seal rather than this guy. It comes with a silicone seal. It comes with a silicone that's slightly different. We'll have to see if it all works. I'm gonna get it set up and attached, and then we're gonna get into business. See, the holes are much finer and tinier than these. I got to put together. The deal is you have to get these tightened really tight, so you're like having to really push. Okay, so now we're gonna start using it. Container number 1 of several. I got blood coming out. There's a part of me that's just going to call this all quits, because there's a part of me that's like, how desperately do I need to remove the seeds? The seeds take longer to freeze dry, but you know, this is what we've got. It leaks out this side right here. It needs a thicker gasket, and I can totally do that. I could like buy 2 gaskets and combine them maybe. And it is also leaking on the side here and here. So, you know, technically I'm doing it. I'm catching this stuff as it's coming out and I'm putting it in a glass. So this is all of the seeds. And I'm looking at this going, there's no reason why I can't freeze dry that or dehydrate that and make a leather out of it. I mean, that would be amazing. But I think at this point in time, I'm just gonna fill my trays with berries, freeze them, freeze dry them, and then can the rest of the berries. I think that's gonna be the best way of taking care of this. So while yes, I will use this, this is not how I'm going to finish my project. Not only that, it's like 7 o'clock at night and I've been doing this since 2. Like, I'm done. I'm done. You know, sometimes you just gotta call it. Call it what it is. Yeah, and this is one of those times. And 30 seconds later, this is one of the reasons why I don't think I'm gonna have a problem with seeds, because this is how easy it literally is to fill your trays with the frozen berries, if you don't mind the seeds. I'm just gonna keep going. I don't usually cut corners, but when I do, there's always coffee involved. True story. I'm done. I'm taking him to the freezer. Let's hope I don't spill anything. Well, I was going to literally can up blackberry pie filling, but that literally took all the blackberries. I have 5 trays full of blackberries that we will powder when I'm done. Yes, there you go. Don't tell my husband I didn't end up using the berry strainer. Guess what just came out of the freeze dryer? Yep, blackberries. They took 79 hours to dry. 79 hours. 79. Did I tell you they took 79 hours to dry? Mainly because the seeds contain moisture and seeds always take longer to dry. But yeah, 79 hours. So I'm going to package them up and then we're going to talk about them later. But for right now, this is what they look like. Now I can keep them whole and throw these in a tart or whatever, or I can mash them. And the ones that I originally played with are all right here. Right? There you go. And I think I keep calling them blueberries, but they're blackberries. They're blackberries, not marionberries, not blueberries, not boysenberries, nothing. Blackberries. Okay, it's all packaged up and it's done. Now, why do I have a quart-sized jar? I got 5 huge Mylar bags out of this, and I am keeping all of the powders and everything that I make, a little section in a pint wide mouth jar. I'm gonna eventually make labels and everything, and this is gonna be what I store my stuff in for my apothecary. I don't want the huge half-gallon jars I see some people doing, because quite frankly, it's just the 2 of us, and I wanna store everything in the Mylar bags. Those will go into long-term storage, and when I need to refill this, I'll just go to one of those bags, open them up, and put it in here. So there you go. I got huge bags. People were talking huge bags. 5 of these. 5 of these. I left them in berry form. The one tray was pretty much powdered, but I left most of them in the berry form, so I could actually use them to make apple pie, apple tart, not apple. I could actually use them to make blackberry pies, blackberry tarts, all kinds of blackberry items, candies or whatever. But these are storage, and this jar right here is to go on my shelf. It's also to kind of remind me that, hey, as long as you have a jar like here, right here, that's full, then you do have stuff in storage, or you're not out. So there you go. Ah, I'm done. Just with blackberries though. Time to start the apples.